Senate candidate Jon Ossoff is a big part of the twin runoff races, and that will decide which party controls the Senate for the first 2 years of the Biden administration. Jon Ossoff joining us live now on this historic day in Georgia. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you, Karen.
Recent polls show your race as a statistical toss-up, dead heat going into today, Election Day. How do you think your campaign actually made a difference and the move to push you closer to the win column?
Well, folks at home watching right now have probably received those knocks on their doors from our volunteers urging them to vote. And today is the last chance, and the stakes could not be higher. The whole country is watching us in Georgia right now. If we elect 2 Democratic senators from Georgia, and I spoke with President-elect Biden about this yesterday, Karen, we will pass those $2,000 stimulus checks for the people immediately. We will pass legislation to make testing and vaccines free for every American so that access to protection from COVID-19 isn't only available to the wealthy and the well-connected. There is so much good work that we have to do, expanding the Pell Grant program so no one has to take on debt to go and get a degree from an HBCU or a public college, raising the minimum wage, passing a new Civil Rights Act to end police brutality and racial profiling. We can do these things, but only if we get out and vote today. This race is going to be extremely close. Karen, I can tell you, and I haven't told anybody else this, I just got off a call with my data team. They think this is going to come down to just a few thousand votes. So y'all, if you're sitting at home and wondering if it's worth it, 3 quick points, if you'll hear me out. First of all, it makes a difference in your life. The economic relief that you and your family need to stay on your feet and in your home, the relief that small businesses need to keep people employed, access to free testing and vaccines during this pandemic, resources for Georgia's CDC and our hospitals. It's going to make a difference in your life who wins. 2, it's going to be close. Your vote matters. Just look what happened in November. Georgia went for Joe and Kamala because we turned out in record numbers, and we've got to do it again today. And finally, look, I will serve you with everything that I've got. Expanding equity, opportunity, and justice for the people will be my North Star when I represent you in the U.S. Senate. I ask you to get out and vote for me and Reverend Warnock today.
Mr. Ossoff, let me ask you this. Now, this isn't your first foray into politics. You had an unsuccessful bid for the 6th Congressional District. What's different for you this time around?
Georgia is just moving so fast and has come so far. And this is a struggle that's played out over decades and just in recent years. All of the people who marched and sacrificed and bled for voting rights in the mid-1960s, paving the way for passage of the Voting Rights Act, John Lewis, Hosea Williams, Amelia Boynton, it was so that the people, all the people, could determine who represents us and what policies are enacted in our name, so that we could have moments like this one where our voices ring out, where we change the guard, because what we're getting right now is just not good enough. 2 U.S. senators more concerned with enriching themselves in office than taking care of us. And over the last 10 years, all the work that's been done, registering voters, all the work led by Stacey Abrams, all the work we've done to empower people and young people to participate, it all comes down to today. There's 6.5 hours left, y'all. So get out there and vote. Go ahead, Karen.
Let me interrupt you quickly because we've got about 30 seconds left. Quickly talk to us about, what's next in this. If it's as close as you say, your data team says it will be, will you challenge this election? Will you challenge the results?
Well, we will fight hard right through the finish, and we will respect the will of the people. And that's what democracy is all about. The power of our elected representatives rests upon the will and consent of the people. And I'm urging people to get out there and make their will known today at the ballot box. I wish everybody good health and a beautiful rest of your Tuesday.
All right, Jon Ossoff, Democratic candidate for Senate. Thank you so much for joining us. And I want viewers to know that CBS 46 also reached out to incumbent Senator David Perdue. His campaign has not agreed to come on our show, but our offer still stands throughout the day.